Hey, what's up, guys? Sean here. Me and Greg and Aaron are down here today doing a redemption video on the coffee spill, if you remember that, which I'm sure you do. But it's been raining for a couple days, so it might be kind of tough, but we're going to do our best. Let's get it. Alright, so I think I found us I think we found us a place that's gonna work out good for us. The river is definitely up after a couple of days of rain. I mean, it's up a good bit, so we're gonna try to get set up here. Might even do a little fishing and get this thing going, but we got to get us kind of a spot leveled out here and cleaned up a little bit and get us some firewood together because we're going to make some coffee. All right, so we have gathered up a little firewood, but everything down here is wet. You know, we've had rain for 2 days solid just about, and it rained all the way till about 3 o'clock this morning. So one of the things you got to do when you're coming out on a day trip like this, you always got to be prepared. You know, like I said, I was in the Boy Scouts, and that's the motto, is be prepared. So went ahead and I brought some fat wood from home, and so we're going to shave that fat wood down to help us get our fire started this morning. But Aaron's over here cutting us up some oak to split down, because one of the hardest things is to try to find dry wood out here. And so we're going to take these oak rounds and split them down, because it'll be dry inside, of course. But check this out, what he found inside, if you can see it. Now I don't have to cook my sausages. I've got a grub right here for lunch. So see if I can get that thing out of here. Now Greg's down there fishing, and that might be good bait for him. But I think, how would you guys feel if I just went ahead and ate this right now? Ready, set. Ah, that's nasty. I'm just kidding. I've been hungry, but up to this point, I ain't never been that hungry. So let's take this thing down there and see if Greg wants to use it for fishing. You want some bait?
Yeah, I'll take some bait.
Little fat grub.
Yeah.
That might work out pretty good. We'll have to see if that works. Well, it's nice to have some help here in camp. It's still a little pithy in the middle. There's another tiny little grub. But I think with some fat lighter we can make this stuff burn. Yeah, if we have to, we can get some pine going.
Take a walk, see if I can find maybe a piece of pine just in case.
Okay. All right, now I know I sound like a broken record here, but when it's wet like this, it's been raining, the ground will actually put your fire out because it's so moist. So what you want to do is you want to build you a bed to get your fire up off of the ground. So the first thing we're going to do, we're going to take a couple of these dry pieces that we have just split up, and we're actually going to build just a little bed up off the ground, and then that'll turn into coals anyway. So we're going to do that, then we're going to shave us up some fat lighter and get this fire going. All right, so I got my trusty fin wolf here. I think I'm gonna take, we can split some of these pieces off like that by hand, that'll work out really good. Those little thin pieces will really take off like that. And then we're just gonna take this fin wolf and get some real fine little curls off of it. Ooh, be careful not to cut my chair there. Something like that. We'll do a bunch of those, and that'll help get this thing going good. I'm gonna find me a piece of this. Split me some little thin pieces off of here. And those will act kind of like matches. Now, in Florida, fatwood is a fairly renewable resource. If you know what you're looking for, you can find it fairly easy. But you never really want to use more than you actually have to, so we're going to do our best to use just enough to get us by without being wasteful. See if we can't get us a couple curls going.
This stuff's not too...
Well, something like that anyway. Alright, let's see if we can't get us a fire going here. Well, it started over there instead of where I was expecting it to start, but I'll take it. You cannot beat fat lighter for getting a fire started with marginal tinder. You can hear that fire actually steaming the wood right now. Well, we're kind of having to sit here and baby this fire, but it's coming along now. It's everything's so wet, but it's starting to come along now. Aaron sat here and kind of nurse this thing along, so the smoke is absolutely killing Aaron every time he moves. So we got this this grill, we packed it in here just to try it out, and we're gonna open this thing up and
oh, Oh yeah.
Set it down. I think it's just about right. Get that thing set down good. May not be quite level, but I think it'll be okay.
Let's see.
Believe that's gonna work.
I'll be all right.
Okay, so we're gonna do something different today. Something I've actually been wanting to do for a long time, and I just never had the stuff to do it with, and I've never really, smoke. Never really got the stuff to do it because, you know, I'm fairly simple when it comes to camp, and I don't really want to bring too much extra stuff with me. But Aaron had this idea, and I thought it was a really good idea. It'd be cool to do. So he brought his little frying pan, and he got some green coffee beans, and we're going to actually roast the coffee beans right here over the fire. And he brought his grinder. We're going to grind the coffee and actually make fresh ground roasted coffee right here over the fire. So that should be pretty awesome. So I guess first thing we got to do is get this coffee in there, right? Now I'm going to defer to Aaron to all this stuff because I really have never roasted coffee or anything like that. So,
Yep. So.
Is it hot enough?
Yeah, she's hot.
Okay. Now, from what I can tell, I've watched some videos on it though. You kind of got to keep the coffee beans moving, right?
You gotta keep them moving. Now you can kind of let them sit for a bit and then move them. If you constantly move them, you're gonna get an even roast.
Okay.
If you kind of let them sit and then move them, you can kind of get a little bit of a mixture.
Okay. So that would kind of be how you get almost like a medium then, huh?
Yeah.
All right.
But what we'll do now is just keep them moving. Just because we don't want to scorch them.
Yeah.
And once they get hot enough, eventually you're going to get into what's called the first crack.
Mm-hmm.
And it's almost like popcorn. They're going to start cracking and expanding. And right after the first crack would be kind of like equivalent to like a light roast.
Okay. All right. That sounds good.
And then, so.
And this little thing seems to be doing okay, but it's doing exactly what I thought it was gonna do. You can see where it's getting hot and it's dipping, starting to dip back down, and it's doing it right there also. This the grate is so thin on that thing that I'm afraid that once you get some good heat on it, especially we get the water on that coffee pot going, I'm afraid it's gonna start dipping down there, but we'll have to see. Other than that, it seems to be pretty well made, and I really like the little thing. But you can see it's already kind of warping through there. Yeah, it's starting to get some color on them beans now.
Mm-hmm.
And the stuff that's coming off of there, that's the crack you're talking about, right?
Yeah, that's just the husk. There's like a kind of like a thin parchment on them.
All right, so for my lunch today, I went ahead and got me some sausages. You guys know I like to cook me a sausage over the fire. This time I'm gonna try to keep from losing my bun to the bees. But this is a jalapeno cheddar, so that should be pretty good. And I kind of halfway mashed my buns in the pack, but that's how it goes. I didn't we stopped at the store on the way here and I picked up some buns and stuff, but I'm gonna take some little palm frond steaks and put my sausages on that. This grill hasn't burned off all the way yet, so that's how I'm gonna kind of cook them today, because I don't want to cook them over that grate that still got some paint on it. So I'm gonna just take these things and cut them down and make me some little skewers out of them, and put my sausage on there and cook it. It should work. Yeah, it's a little different trying to roast them over a campfire, huh? That's one. That'll work.
We'll throw them out here, and then next time we come here, we'll have a coffee tree.
Don't waste the beans.
I think you should have Sean should capture you doing the Swedish chef on that. That would get his views shot up tremendously.
Right.
When are you bringing the Swedish chef back?
Yeah, they're starting to pop now. Oh man, it smells like coffee too. Now we're getting somewhere.
You see them?
Yeah, they look good. So now you just spread them out on the handkerchief and let them cool off.
Yep.
Awesome.
It's like an alligator.
Yeah.
I'd like a little kayak.
Yeah, it'd be nice. Okay, so Aaron's gotten the coffee roasted up, and you see in there where he's ground it up. I think you can see that anyway.
You can pull the bottom off.
Got the coffee grounds. Man, that smells good too. There's the top of it. Oh, maybe you can't. You can't see in there. Look, it's all dark. Trust me, it smells good though. Can't wait for a cup. You know, I can never catch wildlife on the camera. It just never works out. And as soon as we walked up to the river, right down the edge of the water there was a little otter swimming around. And I keep thinking that I'm hearing him, or we keep thinking that we see a glimpse of him, but just can't catch him on camera. Fingers crossed. Well, somebody's shooting over there. I hope we don't get shot. Fingers crossed before we get out of here though. Maybe we'll get a sighting of something anyway.
I'll go jump down in the water. You can spot me.
Maybe we'll get a sight of Aaron in the water. Okay, so while we're waiting down here for the coffee to get finished, I decided to carve me up a little fish trigger. Now this is a kind of a L7 fish trigger design, and all you do is you're gonna stab this piece in the ground, tie your string from your tree limb down to this, and it just hooks on there. And then when a fish bites it, it'll snatch that bottom piece out and set the hook. So Greg tried fishing earlier, really wasn't nothing biting. The river's pretty high now because of all the rain we've had the last couple days, but I think I'll go set it up anyway and just see what happens. Maybe we'll get lucky. Okay, so right here I've got that L7 trigger set up, and I've got the line tossed out in the river. Now if something bites it, it will actually pull that bottom trigger off and set the hook. So we're just gonna let this thing soak and see if anything bites it. All right. That's good. I'll do a little bit at a time, that way it don't get cold. All right, we got the coffee done, or Aaron got the coffee done anyway. Appreciate him doing all the coffee cooking and roasting them beans and stuff, but here we go, coffee. It's good though. It's mild. It's good. But man, it is hot. That's good though.
That'll warm you up.
Look at the steam coming off of there.
Almost like a ink.
Yeah, kind of looks like, or a baby food jar maybe.
Something like that. There's a lot of these. I'm not sure what they are. This one says anchor glass, but that's the only thing I can see on it.
Pretty cool. It's an old bottle dump or something here. Now this looks like a piece of an old Purdy cup here, if I'm not mistaken, like from the turpentine industry. Pretty sure that's an old Hurdy cup. Yeah, it looks like a piece of an old whiskey bottle or something.
Yeah.
Old pint whiskey bottle.
Federal. Federal law forbids sale or reuse of this bottle. If that's
Looks like an old Spam container, I think. This looks like a piece of old cobalt blue stuff, maybe, but it does have a screw on top, so it's not that old.
But yeah, it has a lid still on it.
Man, it's a shame that that one's broken. You know, it kind of sucks sometimes when you find garbage and stuff, you know, left all out in the woods, but this kind of little bottle dump like this is a representation of history. You know, this was probably a old turpentine camp at one point or something. I did find this, or Aaron found this solid bottle, not broken at all. Kind of neat. And this old beer can. Looked like they used it for target practice, maybe.
Yeah.
But you know, it's still, even though it kind of sucks that it's out here, it's a representation of history. So yeah, that almost looks like it would have been like a
for pills or something.
Yeah, some
Pill
sort of
bottle.
maybe a medicine bottle or something
Yeah.
like that. So pretty cool though. You know, it's history. It is what it is. Well, it's pretty doggone neat now. But we need to get over here and check this line, see if we got any bites on it. And if not, we're gonna go ahead and pull it and start getting things wrapped up. We got to get on back out of here. This was just a little day camp, so I can see right now it looks like we haven't had any action on this line. Let's take a look. Nope. She's still set. Okay, so you see the limb that's arched over right here. Now I got the trigger down here. Now if a fish goes along and triggers this line, he snatches the line and that thing goes up and sets the hook. That's how that L7 fish trigger works. Now if we had some fish biting, that thing would have worked like a charm. Now like everything else, we're done with it, so we're wrapping it up and we're taking it with us. All right guys, so we're all packed up, we're ready to get out of here. I want to say a big thank you to Aaron for cooking up the coffee beans and stuff for us, and Greg for coming and hanging out with us, and we had a good time out here. And we didn't catch any fish, but sometimes that's not what it's all about. But I hope you guys enjoyed it. That was my redemption for spilling the coffee on the other trip, and I hope you guys really enjoyed the video though. It really was it was a lot of fun to come down here and actually just go through the whole process of roasting and grinding the coffee and everything. So thanks for watching this video, guys. If you haven't already, hit the subscribe button, give us a big thumbs up, and thanks again for watching. I'll see you next time.